Rick Without the K James presents, in my opinion, podcast.
So this is a kind of a weird question, and I don't know how we're really going to get this across. We talked about starting relationships. We talked about hearing lies in relationships. How do you, when you know a relationship's ending, and there's not a lot you can do about it, how do you try to end that relationship? Do you end it with, I'm going out with a fucking bang? Or do you try to end it being respectful as possible? Or does it matter?
Do you want the truth, or do you want me?
Why now?
Well, the truth of the matter could get me locked up, right? So no. I think I've been pretty cordial with the last few people I've ended a relationship. Had it ended fucked up, like I said, my last marriage kind of ended with her doing her own thing, and there was some craziness there. But when we stopped talking, That was it. It was me chasing her around, her new boyfriend, and a bunch of crazy shit. But when it got to a certain point, it was kind of like that. What was that Julia Roberts movie where you got to figure out if this person's chasing this person. Who's chasing you?
My best friend's
right. See, I knew he would know that gay fucking movie, right? So
happily ever after, baby.
And I had to realize nobody was chasing me. Did it hurt? Yeah, it fucking hurt. But you realize, okay, it's not. And even my last relationship, crazy shit at the end, but I've got to realize, okay, well, and I think hanging out with you a lot, I've realized why you do the things that you do, where sometimes you perpetuate that shit for yourself, and you realize, do I really need to know why it ended? Do I really need to know who she cheated on me with? Do I really need to know how many times she sucked dick? Because that shit in itself will drive you fucking crazy. And I don't know, because we're different in that aspect where I do want to know. But all it's going to do is make me go crazier and crazier and crazier. Where you're like, I don't care how many dicks she had. I hope she had fun. Just don't tell me.
So
right?
what he's basically saying is when I have ended a relationship, and my last relationship was 12 years. So, and my one before that was almost 5. So when I end a relationship, I don't end it stalking them. I don't end it caring where they're going or what they're doing, because once it becomes apparent to me that they don't want me in their life, whether I leave or they leave or however it ends, what does it matter what they're doing? What does it matter who they're seeing? It doesn't change my life. And all it's going to do is hurt me. Where that's what drives me crazy about you, where it's like, because I asked you one time, Drew, why are you putting yourself through this? Why are you? And you said to me, you looked me right in the eyes and you said, because I have to know. Why do you have to know who she's seeing? Why do you have to know she left you for somebody? What does it matter?
He's like, I had those same conversations with him.
What you don't know won't hurt you, man.
That's my opinion too.
I believe
and I try to move on from my sanity.
Yeah.
Now, once again, I know you've been in a long relationship, but
even in that, what I don't know won't hurt me.
Right. Think of your relationships before that. When you've ended a relationship, do you earn it? Do you end it with "I'm going to burn this mother to the ground"? Or do you try to end it with "maybe we'll be friends down the line"?
Well,
I think you're friends with your exes now, right?
Yeah.
But when you ended with them
at the time, no, I don't think we were much of friends. I mean, I think we were more like enemies. I don't want to bury bodies and shit. But I mean,
because we went through kind of ending things about the same time. Like I said. We've both been out of a relationship for a while. And like I said, you've been in one for 15 or 16 years. But when we ended it, the kind of funny part was we took such different directions. Me and my ex literally were cordial. We were nice. We didn't fight. We didn't argue. We did have a house and stuff to split up and money. So we didn't want to get lawyers involved and burn it down to the ground. And you teased me a lot about that because it drove you nuts how nice we were to each other. And even my brother was like going crazy, you don't know how lucky you got to be. Well, that's because I was nice to her too. But don't you think it would be easier in the long run if you ended things like that, where you both walk away shaking hands and,
where I've told you this point is if they were honest in the relationship, then I could walk away. I could walk away with it not being fucking like, but the fact like there's this question in my head, that's what annoys me. Because I would rather a woman, and I hope you women are hearing me, I would rather a woman come to me and fucking tell me what they were doing because I'm old enough now to deal with it. When I was in my 20s, I couldn't have a woman come and tell me, hey, I want another dick in my life. I couldn't take it. I'd be like, bitch, are you crazy talking to me like that? But now, I'm like, okay, what does that mean for us? Like,
do I get to join?
Yeah.
Am I watching?
Am I holding the camera?
I mean,
Am I calling Jay or Jay? Is
Yeah,
Jay taking pictures?
You know what I mean? Like, how we get down? I mean, what's up?
And I think that's my biggest problem is because some of the women that I have dated in the past few years,
They're using that Snapchat shit as well.
Way to bring it back, man.
is if they were just up front with me and said, hey, because that's all you gotta do. If we're dating, don't tell me I'm the exclusive person. Just tell me, hey, I want to continually, and then know that I also expecting that. Then we're going Dutch. Like if we're just fucking sleeping together and we're friends with benefits, then don't use me as the boyfriend to fucking pay for your shit along the way. So I think that's the biggest difference between you and your ex though too, and the way I split up is because you guys were both cordial to each other. You didn't want to hurt each other.
Right.
So who's to say the last person that I wanted to be that cordial with me? I think as we both know, as all three of us know, because you knew the last girl that I was dating, she didn't give two shits about me ending it. So it was like, if you don't care about me, why the fuck should I care about you on the way out? Like,
What shocks me, and I mean, because I think you're lying to yourself to a point, and I'm gonna tell you why. I couldn't see a woman coming up to you. I couldn't see you dating someone for 4 years and her coming up going, I love you, Drew. I don't want to, Rick, I don't want to separate with you, but I do think I want to try to date this other guy. You think you could handle something like that? Because you guys tease me about me being old-fashioned. I couldn't handle that. I couldn't handle a woman coming up to me and saying, you know what, yeah, I don't want to leave you, but I want another guy. And I'm going to throw this one to Lee because Lee is married. Lee has been with the woman. What would you do if your wife came up to you and said, you know what, we got a good life, we got a good house, I like everything, but you know, there's this guy at work that's flirting with me and I want to see what happens. I want to go out with him on a date. How's your ass going to handle that?
Well, it depends on how good looking his old lady is. I think if she's hot, then we can just work something out, you know. But if not, I'm flipping out. We're going to be burying bodies again.
But you ain't handling that, right? I mean, you ain't going there.
No, I don't know. I mean, you know, unless she's hella fucking hot, you know, then it'd be like, all right. No, just kidding. Nah, I would just.
I mean, in your heart, do you think you could take something like that? I know I couldn't.
No, I couldn't.
no, I don't think most men could, and that's where I want to clear up that is not just the end, but I'm talking about if you're from the beginning, you were telling me like, hey, we're not gonna be together, we're not gonna. You know, I want to keep this as an open relationship. But yeah, of course it'd be 10 times harder to fucking like think that you're together and then, you know, nobody could really, okay, well, you try that out and if it doesn't work out, come back, I'm here for you. Nobody's going to fucking do that.
Because this is where I feel like an idiot compared to you guys, okay? And I honestly do. I talk about wanting to have that last relationship, that perfect relationship. Mm-hmm. And I'm looking for that girl that will look me in the eye and say, hey, it's just me and you. I'm going to be loyal to you and it's going to be us to the end. And you guys are sitting here going, what a fucking idiot. That bitch is lying.
Yeah. I mean, it's... Fuck.
Say it, man. Say it.
They're fucking lying, but yeah, I mean, when you find out, when you let me know, I want to see. But I mean, because they're just... I don't know, that good girl.
But you guys just automatically assume, right?
Well,
I mean,
it's been through automatically. You've been through enough. I mean, I don't know. I guess I've known enough and I've seen enough in life to where, I know that
because you've told me, you're honest about this, and I like this about you. You go into a relationship believing you're probably not the only one. There's probably 3 or 4 other guys that she's at least friends with at the time, right?
Yeah.
And but your thing is, as long as you're truthful with me in the beginning and tell me, hey, you're one of 5, you're in the mix. But as long as she's not lying to you, going, "You're it," then you're okay with
Then
that.
I'm okay with it from the beginning, because I want to know where it's not the act, it's the deception behind it. It's not the fact that you're fucking 4 other people. It's the fact that you're telling me you're doing something else so you can go fuck the other 4 people. Because once you start doing that, when those lies catch up to you, then I'm like, wait. You told me you were playing bingo with your grandma that Saturday, and you weren't. Instead, you was with the other dude, and you was fucking him. Like, that's what pisses me off. But if you were like, hey man, like, okay, well, I'm like, okay, so that's what we're doing on Saturdays now? We're fucking other people? Okay, cool. Then I gotta go find somebody else to fuck. Like, so that's my biggest thing is if you're gonna be cool, because I've been cool with people like that, where I saw a girl here and there where she would just tell me, she'd be like, oh, I've met other dudes that she's fucked, and we've all been cool. Like, because that was our relationship, and she was cool with me and told me straight up that that's what it was. Would call me, when she calls me at 1 o'clock in the morning, it's not to play Nintendo. Like, I knew what the get down was. So I'm okay with that. But again, it's got to be from the beginning. At the end, you're right. I couldn't do it at the end. I'd be like, yeah, I think we do need to split up. Is it gonna go that smooth? I don't know. I think I've learned a lot from my last breakup, on how I am and what I'm looking for and what I need to, where that's why I don't want to commit myself to someone right now, is because I know I've got to work on my own shit to make myself feel secure in my relationship, because that might be it too. And that might be our biggest difference though too, is you've earned a lot through your life that you feel like if a woman isn't going to come in and compliment your life, then fuck it, she's just going to complicate it, and you don't even give it a chance. You know what I mean? Where that might be the biggest difference too. So,
Well, I don't want a girl that wants to go out and party and drink and run around and all that. I want someone who wants to be part of my life. Someone who, like, we're like, I'm looking for a serious relationship, not a partner to run around with and get drunk and go to bars. Is that what you're talking about?
no, I mean that's part of it. That's part of it. I'm just talking about the fact that no, what I'm saying is we're in different aspects of our lives. You know what I mean? I'm still trying to look to buy a home. You already own your home. You know what I mean? So you have things to offer a woman that I don't, and I understand that, because like we've said, the one thing that a woman wants, number one thing that a woman wants, is security. And when a man provides that for them, whether it's financial or whatever, that's it. They'll let you be a certain point, because we've also had that discussion that it depends upon in your relationship where you're at in that security. Because if things change and sway on sides in your relationship, and that might have happened, I don't know if we're gonna cut this out or not, but when your woman started making more money, did it not affect the relationship itself? Because then the security that you had to offer her might have not swayed on where you met her, right? So that's a big thing though too. So
Yo, it's your boy Charlie Murphy, my main man Rick James. That's the one you think, the comedian Rick James. Get up on him.